Hello, we're back again, and it's Responding to Life. My name is NKATHA. Today's Motivation Monday, and today's topic is all about you being good enough for what you're doing, good enough for the person that you're with, or even for somebody else, good enough to be able to conquer the world. So, with that said, I want you to first of all subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and then let's get right to it. So for today, I just want to do an assurance video to somebody who's out there who thinks that you are down to the last brim and you are absolutely worthless. I want to talk to someone who feels that they are not good enough, and I want to reassure them that they are. You see, sometimes the world comes at you, and it comes at you hard. And when I'm talking about the world, I'm talking about people, I'm talking about situations, I'm talking about every single thing that life has to offer. And far too often, certain things are really brought up by other individuals. It could be your partners, it could be your friends, it could be your family, it could even be people who just basically are around you in terms of work and so on and so forth, or school. Let me tell you something. There are a lot of people who are busy going around in relationships where individuals are putting them down, and putting them down in a very negative way. Let me tell you why. Because people have realized that once they manipulate you to thinking that you're not good enough, then they manipulate you into thinking that you are nothing without them. Let me repeat that. Once people manipulate you to thinking that you are not good enough, then they manipulate you to thinking that they are doing you a favor by being in your life. And let me explain why. Somebody will be out there telling you about your body and how you look, and this goes both ways, women and men. You'd see a woman who's out there chastising their husband simply because they don't look like this Denzel Washington. Another one will be out here frustrating the wife simply because she doesn't look like Naomi Campbell or Gabrielle Union. And they don't realize that certain things, some things are not for everybody. It's not everybody that will look like this and this person, and that's what makes us unique. But if somebody doesn't love you enough, or rather thinks that you're not good enough, I find it very, very frustrating that people just don't walk their way. And for some, they'd rather keep you there simply because they're suffering their own inferiority complex, simply because they want you to believe that you are not going to go anywhere, simply because they believe that you're too good for them. And this is what happens when people believe that you're too good for them, or you are of a high level. When people are suffering inferiority complex, that's what they do. They put you down simply because they don't want to lose you, but they also are intimidated by who you are. And this happens a lot. You see friends, simply because friends are intimidated by who you can be. Because I've realized that sometimes you may not see potential in ourselves, but other people realize that you have a lot of potential that they don't even know how to explain it to you. Hence, they choose to put you down. You realize people around you, workmates, churchmates, schoolmates, they'd rather put you down simply because they see the level of greatness, the level of potential that you could potentially, because you could potentially achieve much more than they are achieving. They see that level and they choose to put you down. They choose to attack you. They choose to do things to you that are not pleasant, simply because they think that you are so far ahead, or you have the potential of being so far ahead. That's how I'm telling you, you are good enough. Sometimes when people are attacking you, it's not because you're stupid, it's not because you're not good enough, it's not because you don't have the skill set, it's because you are too good. You are too good. And this is what you need to realize. And once you realize that, I'm telling you, nobody can put you down. You walk around with a certain level of confidence, because if it's not proper criticism, if somebody is not bringing in good constructive criticism, they call it, then don't listen to nobody. Don't let anybody mess up with your mind. Don't let anybody tell you nothing. Walk around with the knowledge of the fact that you are good enough. And if somebody is trying to manipulate you, better block them. Keep them out of your life, very far away. Keep them out of your life, because that manipulation can really mess you up to not even achieving that which you are capable of achieving. So with that said, I want to tell somebody today, you are good enough. I want to reassure you that you are good enough, and whatever you are going through, whatever people are saying, it's because some people are really just suffering inferiority complex, and there's nothing you can do about that. The only thing you can do is not let it affect you. Don't let that negative energy, I always say, don't let that negative energy enter your bubble of good energy, because it's gonna distract you, it's gonna mess you up, and we don't want that. So keep believing in yourself. Learn to love yourself. Learn to walk with your head held high, because you don't want to go down through that rabbit hole. A lot of people agree to going down through that rabbit hole, or rather accept, allow, that's the right word, allow themselves to go through that rabbit hole, and once they're going deeper, instead of coming out, they really just go deeper in, and we don't want that for anybody. So you are good enough, honey. Do you, keep doing you, keep being you, and let the world deal with itself. So with that said, I want to ask you to follow us on our social media accounts. Do not forget to follow us on our website www.respondingtolife.org. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as I mentioned before, and turn on the notification bell so that you do not miss out on any of our videos. So from us, with love, my name is NKATHA, and this is Responding to Life.